guys, it's Liam Catterson here, and it's another episode of Charmed, in the description and the pinned comments below. It is episode 18 of season 7, which is a little box of horrors. Again, when it comes to timing and the stuff I put out on YouTube versus the stuff on my Patreon, I just have this habit of things just aligning, I would say. Like for this, I'm sure I felt with a little box of horrors. There could have been potential in terms of spanning it out into a mini arc and whatnot. So yeah, it would have been very, very interesting to see. Funnily enough, I said something similar in regards to the current events going on over on my Patreon, where I've reacted to episode 9 of season 8. So you guys can go and check that out if you guys want to. But of course, for this episode, as I mentioned, the link to my reaction to episode 18 of season 7 in the description, as well as the pinned comment below, where you'll also find my link to the poll of my Charmed replacement when I do finish up on Charmed. So be sure to go and vote on that if you haven't already, but also go, of course, and check my reaction out and comment on this video, please, if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed not just the video, but also the episode as well. So yes, I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys take good care of yourselves, and until the next time, toodles! So I pretty much enjoyed that episode. It was really, really great, and I loved exploring what was going on with Pandora's box as well, with, you know, the plot of this episode, and obviously how that affected things. I still believe, like, it would be possibly a very interesting possibility if you could make that into, like, a potential mini-arc or something like that. So, yeah, but you know, with this episode, it was just really, really nice, and it got to the point in regards to Destiny, because obviously there was that hesitancy when it came to the sisters embracing their witch abilities, but of course they fulfilled that destiny, and even so, we still had a sister who was still hesitant about where her destiny might lie in terms of becoming, you know, that white lighter, really, and yeah, there is that bit of hesitancy, but of course, Paige was informed about the prospect of the future white lighter that she was trying to save was herself. So, yeah, but yeah, it was pretty great stuff. So yeah, I'm sure that, like, we had the mention of Pandora's box a long time ago in Charmed as well, but you know, like I said, it was great to see it fleshed out. I guess fleshed out in this episode, and you know, in a very, very interesting story as well. So especially with the inclusion of these guardians and all of that. So yeah. But yeah, it was definitely giving me Buffy vibes. So Hope was definitely, you know, she was definitely channeling that Buffy energy. So yeah. It wasn't just that, though, but it's the whole storyline, especially when it comes to a Guardian and all of that, and when they die, a new Guardian, I guess, is activated. It was literally slapping me in the face, and I just couldn't help but reference it, because it was literally like that. When a Guardian dies, a new one, I guess, is activated. It is like a Slayer. When a Slayer does die, then the next one comes about. So, but the thing that really hit me the first time was about, you know, one being born in every generation, and that's obviously the whole Slayer situation. So but the whole Buffy references just kept piling on. It's not just about the fact that you've got Hope, who is like, she's this young student who has a calling, really, but it is that, you know, whole activation thing. It's not just, you know, like I said, the whole, you know, every generation, you know, I guess a Guardian is activated, etc. It was that whole thing where, you know, when a Guardian does die, a new one is activated. But it's also that whole, there was also that little bit of hesitancy from Hope in, during this episode until, I guess, the very end. because if you remember, of course, with the first episode of Buffy, and, you know, it kind of did continue. There was hesitancy for Buffy to, you know, to be, there was that hesitancy for her to be the Slayer, really. You know, she was the chosen one, and she just wanted to have that normality. And of course, eventually she did adopt, like she did become the iconic Slayer and embraced it. But still, when she first became the Slayer and all of that, she didn't want it really, and yeah, but it was just really, really great stuff. And, you know, it did fit into the whole theme of this episode, Hope's journey and Hope's hesitancy into being the Guardian. So, yeah. There's also, like, you know, this is, like, kind of forcing it on, but there's also those little powers and all of that. Like, you know, Hope was an ordinary girl. Before Nina died, and then suddenly she gets activated and she's got all these abilities and all of that. It's the same with Buffy. Like, Buffy, before she was activated to be the Slayer, normal. Didn't have that, like, kind of super strength and all of that, and then obviously that kicked in, and it's like, yeah, so... but, yeah, I mean, like I said, this that whole element really did fit into the whole... situation of destiny calling, really, because it was Hope's destiny, and of course there was that whole situation with Paige and what she was contending with. So yeah, but yeah, I just love the fact that I did low-key call it as well with Katya, because I was like, you just got stabbed, Nina, so, like, you're appearing all fine and dandy and all of that, so, and of course, you know, it's not like it's unrecognizable for, like, demons to shapeshift and everything, but, of course, there was that hint that she was trying to impress Zanku, and, you know, unleashing all of the horrors of Pandora's box is definitely gonna do it, so, yeah, but, like I said, I guess when it comes to Zanku returning with, I guess, Katya wanting to impress and all of that, again, it does kind of, like, it wouldn't be a missed opportunity, but if you stretch this out over a few episodes, like the final arc, I guess we have of Charmed Season 7. But there is something greater that is still... that is still on the horizon, which I'm assuming we're going to be building towards in the final few episodes for this season. Because, of course, Paige was informed by that White Lighter about the fact that we need all hands on deck, basically, when it comes to White Lighters. So, yeah. But, yeah, it was just really, really great stuff in regards to the whole Pandora's box situation and... how it was handled, and even how Paige played a contributing role in things. Like, she was, you know, like, not just in terms of her own little story, but in terms of resolving things. Because I even said, you know, with Paige being stuck in the elevator, this whole shebang might have been handled a lot quicker. Because of her closing. Well, it wasn't just it wasn't just her closing statement in terms of orbing the box to her, but she even glamoured herself up as well. So, how do you like them apples, Katya? So, yeah, she had so many kicks, pretending to be Nina, pretending to be Darcy, but you know, when someone else plays the intimidation game, you don't like it, do you? So, so yeah, but. Yeah, it was really great stuff. We also had Leo as well, trying to manage Wyatt, who is in the Terrible Twos, magical boys will be magical boys and all of that. So, yeah, but you can see he is adjusting. But yeah, like I said, with this episode, I felt like Paige became the MVP in this one. It was like a lot of... It was a lot of focus on Paige, despite the whole Pandora's box situation. But of course, she was, you know, utilizing what was happening with Piper and Phoebe in regards to Pandora's box, as well as helping out the innocents in the lift, which was orchestrated by the elders. I'm not, it's practically confirmed in my head. But that's it though. Like that one white lighter that we all like. I guess you could say, because she was advocating for Leo, and she's probably the only good one without any kind of pissy energy and all of that. Like she's the only white lighter that can be tolerated, I guess you could say. We could all just warm to her, and she approached Paige and tried to encourage her and all of that. So any other white lighter, they would be very, like I said, they would have that pissy energy about them. So yeah, but that white light, she, like I said, helped Leo, and she's trying to help Paige as well. So yeah, and it's that whole you might think that she might be trying to force this whole approach to attain that destiny to Paige, but I'd like to see it as you just don't like it. It is like Hope and how she at first refuted that destiny to be that guardian, but you eventually be like, I get it now. So, and that was Paige in this episode, because she managed, I guess, the best of both worlds in terms of her own predicament, as well as what was happening with the whole Pandora's box situation. So, and she was like, okay, yeah, I do like saving people, so yeah. But like I said, that whole elevator shit, orchestrated. So, yeah. It's not like they can't do that, so, yeah, but at the end of the day, it was always going to be a lesson for Paige, because she was trying to, help out a future white lighter. Unbeknownst to her until the end, it was herself. And I really, really liked how she was able to handle all these scenarios, because you had that guy who electrocuted himself, and you had to give him CPR and all of that. You even had that bickering couple as well, and whilst things were still getting heated in such a confined space, there had to be order. There had to be focus on the bigger picture. You got the woman trying to usher the kid who's having an asthma attack, etc., and you got to help her and all of that, and you got to help the guy, help Paige out with the CPR and all of that. So managing and trying to juggle all those, I guess, eggs in one basket, Paige was able to do that, and it was really, really well done, because there was quite a few problems that were arising whilst we were stuck in this elevator. With the girl, and how she was struggling to breathe, with the guy and how he was struggling to live, I guess, because of the fact that he electrocuted himself, and of course the couple who was struggling to put their differences aside and all of that, to help out for the greater good, really. So yeah, so it was just really, really great stuff, and I really, really liked how that story did come about, and how it might be very, very influential to Paige in terms of, I guess, attaining for that destiny, really. So yeah, but yeah, I really, really loved this whole situation. So yeah, liked seeing how Paige was able to potentially grow and all of that, and yeah, this like I said, this whole thing with Paige, it's great, because it's her life is leading to this, and it's going to be interesting to see how they handle that, especially since we're nearing the final season. It'll be very interesting to see how they do handle Paige's story there. But yeah, it was just really, really, really great. Like I said, with Pandora's box, with Hope emulating Buffy, with yeah, just a lot of things. Katya was great. I did love the reaction from Piper as well, when it came to Piper saying, oh crap, yeah, it was for crying out loud. So it was kind of like this disappointed, not surprised I don't know, that's the kind of energy that I was kind of seeing as well. I also did I didn't say but I also did notice, should I say, she referenced Katya as a he, like, because that kind of threw me because of the fact that, you know, there's a demon on the loose, and the longer he's out there, the more we'll all be affected. So, yeah. I don't know if there were any kind of, like plans and whatnot, and the actress who played Katya was like, no, she'll do. We love her acting and all of that. She'll be great as Katya. So, yeah. Yeah, I did notice that. So, yeah, but yeah, this was pretty good stuff, this episode. Pretty fun, pretty enjoyable. Loved the utilization of Pandora's box, and how it fits into the whole Destiny approach, with, you know, not just, of course, Hope's situation, and you've got the guidance of Piper and Phoebe, who, you know, I guess with them two being part of the original trio with Prue, of course, you know, it really fits in well, because they've had a longer time to adjust. But with the guidance, they were able to help Hope out, and how you know, how Paige's story kind of intertwined into that. So yeah, good stuff. I'll see you guys next time then. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!